Daily Strike podcast. It's deeper than business. Part 3. But this time we have Jake Kilts and Mat Astacio.
That's right.
Doubling it up.
Tripling it up.
Tripling it
It's
up.
triple.
It's true.
3s, bro.
Yeah. 3s.
3 is company. Is what they always say.
Who says that?
I don't know.
3 is company. Wasn't that like 2 chicks and a dude living together?
Yeah, 3 is company. I know Will Ferrell said it.
Could you imagine being a chick? Like think about
So
it.
easy.
If you
Life
woke
would be
up
so
tomorrow.
easy.
No, dude. Okay, so you've been a dude your whole entire life, right? You wake
Oh,
up
you just
tomorrow.
wake up and it's
Tomorrow
different?
you're a chick. You're like,
Got it.
oh wow, I have tits. Like what's your first
man.
thought, dude? You wake up a chick.
This is all going to be public?
Yeah, like you have. I mean, what are you gonna stay inside the rest of your life?
No, I'm saying
you are Jake Kilts, right? You're known as Jake Kilts. You wake up, you're Janika Quilts.
Janika Quilts?
I don't know. Like
Jaquisha.
could you? I couldn't.
What's
imagine.
my job? Like, what do I do once?
You're still a real estate agent. Were you gonna switch your job? Like, why would you do that?
Damn.
You're already so
So
good
it's
at what
the
you
same,
do.
but it's not like a different dimension.
No,
It's not
just,
like I just like flip and I'm like in a different world.
No.
Like in the same world, but like a different person.
You're still
That's a
Jake
different way to put
Kilts.
it. That's a different way to put it. But in this perspective, you literally just woke up the next day and you were a female. You were no longer Jake Kilts. You were Jamaica Quilts.
I would get 10 times more business. I would.
Wow.
Is my wife a guy or is my wife still a girl?
Your wife is still a girl.
And she wakes up next to a girl?
Yep.
What?
Does she freak out or does she know?
You know, that's I don't know. We don't know that. But you know, you gotta go with the punches, you know?
But you gotta frame
Roll
it.
with them.
Is my whole family like just seeing me as normal Jake and I see myself as a girl? Or is it no, that wouldn't work.
You'd be doing some weird stuff. They'd be like, "What are you doing,
Yeah,
Jake?
dude.
That's not acceptable."
touching air? What are you
I've never had these before.
It's like, what are you talking about? Nipples?
Yeah.
What?
Nipples.
So my wife wakes up and looks at me and goes, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And I say, "I'm Jake." And she's like, "No, you're not. You're a girl."
Ask me something only Jake would know.
Yeah.
And
You would know it. It's like that movie, what is it called?
I know what you're talking
It's with the what is it
The
called?
Parent Trap.
No. It's a Disney movie. It was with a llama. It was a prince that got turned into a llama.
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove.
Groove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I
he
think
was
it was something
he was a
totally
prince and everyone knew he was a prince, but then he got turned to a llama. And it's like,
Nobody
you're not the
knew.
prince, you're a llama.
I didn't see
That's the way I think
That's
of it.
that's the way my life would be. Everyone would be like, "You're not Jake Kilts."
And you gotta fight your way to the castle to prove
Yeah.
yourself that you are.
Yeah, you worked so hard, Jake.
yeah.
I gotta
Everything
climb up
would
to
be
the
gone.
I know, right?
Could you imagine if like tomorrow you just
Oh, dude, I would
different
build it
even?
up in like 2 seconds as a girl, as
Oh,
just a
yeah?
hot girl. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be flaunting my stuff.
Oh.
Dude,
Oh, what if
yeah.
you weren't a hot girl though?
Oh, what if I was like a 5 girl?
Yeah.
That would be really tough. That'd be really tough.
You'd have to have like a really good personality.
The problem with exactly. Or you'd have to just because girls have to like overemphasize who they are to like if they're smart, they try to act super smart because they have to like overemphasize because people don't really. You know what I mean? Like you have like people
as
have
sad
that,
as
like,
it is, they don't take
that
it
have-
seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're like, I don't know, it's so that'd be really hard. But I would emphasize being intelligent and like on point, and I'd be a really good real
See,
estate
they look
agent.
beyond your looks. Like, this girl's beautiful in the inside.
Yeah, they would see it.
It's true.
They would see it.
I
That's
would
what I
just
see
know-
now, Jake.
I would know how to work it as a girl because I know what guys thinking.
You know what's bad though is that we all don't think that way about human beings in general because they're ugly. We're like, they don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
sometimes,
so sad,
but
dude.
here's the thing though, and like sometimes sometimes the best looking people are the worst kind of people, and
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
the most ugly people are the best kind of people.
And it's vice versa too.
Yeah, it works
Like-
both ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It
it
works
goes.
both ways.
It's like there's really nice smart people and there's really mean smart people. There's really nice ugly people and there's really mean ugly people.
Makes
Like,
you
it's
wonder
all-
why. Like, you're so ugly. Why are you being so mean? Like the one thing you could have going for you, it's not
Yeah.
going. You know,
Maybe
Yeah.
they're just made fun of a lot, and they're just taking.
that's how
out
they
their,
release their anger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
That's
Mhm.
just crazy concept to think about in general. Like,
Yeah.
don't look like looks are nothing.
It's just like a weird thing like you just got.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, pretty
We were
much.
born with it, bro. We're born with it.
Yeah, but it's
Think about it
funny.
from the moment we come out of the womb, right? And you're in your mother's arms. The first thing we see is what? The mom,
Mm-hmm.
dude, obsessed We're obsessed with that as a kid because of look.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Think about like dogs, dude. Dogs.
So you like
that
highly rely on looking, like seeing.
we don't even
Yeah, yeah,
subconsciously we're judging and we don't even realize it. Straight
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah. That's
Straight
why I
up.
hate when people say don't judge.
Like that shirt you have, that shirt in your closet, and you're picking your shirt. You felt a certain type of way about that shirt, and
Yeah.
you picked it over the other shirts. You're like, nah, fuck those other shirts.
that's a judgment, man.
Yeah.
I
it's
hate
so
all those other
weird.
shirts. You know, this is my first time wearing this shirt in a long time. I haven't worn it since.
Why'd you pick it? What did you
I just
remember the
haven't-
feeling?
I just haven't worn it in a while. I'm like, in my head, I thought, why do I have clothes I don't wear?
Right,
Like, what the fuck is the point? Oh shit,
dude.
my bad.
If you
What's
saw
the
my
point?
closet, I have nothing. Like I'm really good at. I'm like obsessed with minimalism.
Yeah.
You just wear the same thing. I
I
feel
literally
like
am going to buy 10 of these and 10 of these pants and
Smart.
literally
Wow.
wear the exact same thing over and over again.
smart.
Yeah.
It's good for
That's
any
fucking
occasion.
branding right there, man.
Yeah, it is. All my videos look the same. Like all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like that, but it's more of like I don't want to think about that. Like I don't want to like go into my closet and be like, it's just more stress. Like it's micro stress, but it's like everything else. If you have a bunch of little micro stresses, it's the same as having like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like little needles poking you instead of like a huge punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like a micro stress that's like
It's
unnecessary.
annoying.
It's annoying. It is annoying. You have to think about what you
I haven't
wear.
thought about that. That's actually a really cool concept. Like,
There's
you don't have to think about
A lot
that.
of successful people do
People
that.
waste a lot of time.
Dude, I fucking
Thinking
hate
about-
laundry. That's like the one
Yeah.
one
We're
downfall
hiring
for
Not
that.
me.
only that, just
I'm so
looking
bad
in
with
your
laundry,
closet,
bro.
Like you just said, like picking
Well,
out a
my
shirt,
thing is though,
you
is
know?
dude, I don't hang shit up in my closet when I do laundry, bro. Thank God for my girlfriend. She's a fucking saint, bro. She helps me with my laundry. That's my one downfall. I'll do everything else. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll clean the bathrooms. I'll vacuum the whole entire house. I'll cook dinner. I'll do all that, bro. Just when it comes to like putting laundry away is like my biggest downfall. And it's always been that way since a kid. Like my mom used to yell at me all the time because I would just push it into my closet. Like, what's the point of folding it? I'm about to put it on again. Like that's just been my philosophy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as wrong as it is, man, she's a saint, dude. She's a saint. You said you're hiring it out. You're getting like a maid.
Yeah, we're gonna hire it out
oh wow.
because we have
Look at you.
We have 7 beings in that house.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a lot of laundry.
That's a lot of laundry.
It's a fucking lot of laundry.
I can only imagine.
That probably
no,
takes
no,
a
you-
lot of time.
It's like you have a full load and a half every single day. So if you get like you do all like 8 loads of all of your laundry, in like 24 hours you have another load and a half. So you're like folding again, and then you have another load and a half, and you're like
Your water bill is probably
you'd be-
crazy.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably. I don't know what it is, but like that consistency of it is just like grinding at you the whole time. Got to do dishes every single day. There's literally a mountain pool of dishes. It's
Damn.
insanity.
That's I mean I can relate though because like I mean for a while we weren't eating at home. We would just eat out and we realized how much money we were spending.
Yeah.
And I started cooking at home more, and I know how to cook. I love to cook. So like I went from like not having a lot of dishes in the sink to like there's always dishes in the sink because
Yeah.
we're always eating at home now. You know
Us
what
too.
I mean?
We have to like cook something because
Yeah.
you have kids.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't just pick chicken nuggets every night.
yeah.
You know, like you have to cook.
But see, that's my thought process too. Is just like I could just heat up like something, but I want to cook something because like I need that food.
Yeah.
I miss being at home, man. I miss being young and just
Yeah.
getting food made
So
for you.
nice.
Seriously.
When I was young, when I was like 16, 17 or 18, we had a maid. My mom, well, she
Get
was a
outta here.
maid. She was a maid that lived with us. Her name was Vera. And
Vera?
Yeah, her name was-
V-E-R-A?
Yeah, Albanian maid, dude. And oh,
That's my kid's name.
Yeah, that's your daughter's name.
Yeah.
dude, we used to.
Well, it's Vera.
She was cool as hell,
Oh.
dude. She would do all my laundry. She would fold all my clothes. She'd clean my room. She'd feed me. Like she'd take care of my sisters. Like she was cool as hell, dude. Like we would do we did a lot of dumb stuff too. But man, I
Your
just
maid? You did a lot of dumb stuff with your maid?
she wasn't our maid, but she lived with
Oh.
us, so she did maid things at her house.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But
like you pay for their housing essentially, and they
It's
help
like
you.
she just took care of my sisters. My mom loved that, so
Got it.
it made my life easier too. I was able to play sports for a couple of years.
Got it.
Yeah, because most of my teenage years I was babysitting. I missed out on a lot of shit.
That's right.
Yeah,
So hard.
but she was cool though, dude. Vera was cool as hell.
Vera.
Like I met a handful of Albanians, and she was probably the coolest one. Albanians are crazy.
I don't know if I've ever met an Albanian.
Oh, they're really intense
Really?
people, dude. They're not bad people, but they're just like anybody. There's,
Wait, that's
there's
a
bad and good.
nationality, right?
Yeah, Albanian is
I was thinking of
nationality.
after I thought of that, I was like, wait, is that a nationality or a skin color? Because albino people are.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
he's like-
really? Albino, Albanian, same shit. Man.
Dude, I had
It's
a.
like, yeah, those white people, man.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those.
What do we
Never
on
seen
the,
those,
What do we
man.
had on the timer? You turned it
We
off.
got 1 minute and a half minutes.
Okay, cool, for sure. I had a buddy in high school named Clint, tall Albanian.
Yeah.
And my senior year, I went to a night school. I graduated a couple months earlier, but I had to go to a night school because my grades were so bad my junior year, so I had to make up for it my senior year. And this kid Clint was there, and he was a cool dude, but he was just a definition of a dick, dude. Like, oh man, I'll never forget. He called
typical bully kind of kid.
Kinda, yeah, man. Like, this dude's so stupid. We were in class and our teacher was Albanian, and he was teaching me how to talk Albanian, but all the words he was teaching me were swear words, and he didn't tell me. So I'm just saying them in class, and my Albanian teacher's like, walks up to me and she starts yelling at me in Albanian, and I don't know what she's saying to me. And he's looking at me laughing. He's like, dude, she's ripping you. He's like telling me in English what she's saying, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, wow. He's just I haven't talked to him in a while though, but man, some of the funnier times, dude.
I had a kid. He said, "Hey," and he was behind me, and I turned this way. He was my friend, but he was a dick, and he fucking punched me in the ear, and it hurt so fucking bad. Have you ever got punched in the ear, like knuckles on the ear?
No,
all the time.
The fucking worst feeling.
Have you guys
I fight a lot when I was in high school?
Did you?
All the time.
Yeah. Did you know jujitsu when you were
small? So everyone picked on me. So I was always beating ass.
Damn.
I wrestled, so people were.
You a wrestler?
Yeah, people thought they could mess with me, but.
How long?
See, I was in the same boat, dude. I was small, but like I got into wrestling in middle school, and my first year I sucked. I mean, I wrestled a girl one time, and as a joke, my people on my team, they're like, oh, like lose, like grab her ass, like lose on purpose, like grab the pussy, basically, and like,
oh my god,
and like what I'm young, I'm stupid. I'm like, yeah. So like I lose the match on purpose, and before I lost the match when she's pinning me, I just straight gripped up her booty cheeks, like straight up. This is like 7th grade.
So
what did she do? Did she like it?
No, the referee just pulled us apart. Like, she got off me, and like no one said anything, but my teammates were like cracking up. Not even my coach.
Nobody said anything about that?
Nobody said, not even her.
Crazy.
Not even her. I think she was just so caught up in winning that like she didn't realize that I did that.
She probably like halfway realized it, but don't.
It was a true story, bro. 7th grade.
Crazy.
I just didn't care. My first year I didn't care, but my second year going in, dude, that's when I started taking it serious. I started slamming people.
How frustrating would that be to be a chick wrestler and then have to deal with guys like groping you?
Oh my god, yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like, fuck, another fucking guy. Just
I mean, wrestling is already
stupid.
like close enough at quarters.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You're up
just young 7th grade, though. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like
you're
wild.
Sick, David. You're sick.
Sick
What is wrong with you?
7th grade me. 7th grade me.
No, yeah, wrestling was great because I learned how to fight, man. Self-defense.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Did you have a lot of people bullying you because you were small?
No, not a lot of people, but just
they're just like
the people that were
hey,
bullies.
buddy,
The people that were bullies would like, they would resonate towards people like me, obviously, because.
How big were you in high school?
When my freshman year, I wrestled at 103 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, I was tiny. Even like I was a late bloomer. Even when I was in like middle school, I was super small.
Interesting.
Just like looking a little like a little baby.
What did you wrestle in senior year?
Senior year, I was at 125.
Man, you were small. How much are you? How big are you now? 155?
145.
145.
140 around there. Yeah. I mean, I was cutting a lot of weight though. Like even my freshman year, not really, but going through sophomore, junior, senior, I was cutting probably like 15 to 20 pounds a week.
Were you? Jeez.
Yeah. So even if I was at like 112, I'd be normally at like 125, 128.
Wow.
Something like that.
Interesting. What were you just at natural weight?
Like walking around in my senior year, I was probably like 130, 135, something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wrestling would be fun. I still want to get into jiu-jitsu.
Do it, dude.
I really do. We
should all just do it, dude.
I don't want to do jiu-jitsu. I don't.
Right.
I've watched it. I'm just not interested in that.
How come?
Just not. I don't know. I'm just not interested in like the style, the way it looks. I'm
like
just not.
The whole wrestling thing in general.
I'm cool with wrestling,
not jiu-jitsu in particular.
In particular, jiu-jitsu. No, I'm down. I would down to like do like kickboxing or boxing. Just learn it. You know what I mean? That's cool.
Boxing's
I've never been a big fighter. Like I've been in a handful of fights, but I've never been a fighter. Like I feel like I've always just tried to remove myself from situations like that because I don't know, man. It's not worth it, bro. Like it's not. I've been in fights. I've hurt people, and it's just like, what did I get out of it? Because I was angry.
Right.
Yeah, street fights are the most
what I mean?
dangerous things ever.
100%.
Those guys getting hit their
shot.
head on concrete.
You can go to jail for a street fight. You can kill somebody and do serious time.
See, that's something that I'm not sure I could live with because I was angry for a slight moment. I decided to fight someone and I hurt them for life, I killed them. Like, that's over what?
Yeah.
Was it that serious?
That's what I'm saying.
We did those fight nights at our school where like we secretly met up in a spot.
Oh,
like,
really?
2 people
What?
fist fight, a bare knuckle fist fight. And
did anyone ever like?
yeah, some guy lifted up because it's just like all rules. And he on concrete and he fucking like dropped him on the concrete and he just went.
Oh,
and he's
no.
sitting there. His arms are just like curling up, and everybody was just like, "Oh shit!" And everybody ran. Everybody ran, like, because everyone
Did they
was.
leave the kid there, or was someone?
I don't
there?
remember what happened, but I just heard he was okay. But it was just like, Jesus. Like, as a kid, you're like, just, yeah, fight. Like, how crazy is this? But
They don't realize the
dude,
consequences.
like, imagine if that guy was just like done
You
forever.
could have killed him like easily. That could kill someone easily. If you just slam someone on their back and they smash their head on the,
Yeah.
on the ground, they could easily die from that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Over something so stupid.
anything. You could be like just choking someone. Like, think you're fighting somebody right in the street, and they just come up and grab your neck and just squeeze. That's the same thing as like someone strangling another person, and you can kill someone like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, jiu-jitsu, dude. See, you're missing out, man. You can get strangled one day, bro. Might be me.
That sounded kind of good.
I like jujitsu or any of those, like judo or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's like a physical thing. Like you say, like there's one move, like there's individual moves that you're doing constantly.
Yeah.
So you're just like learning this, like Luma Fusion, kind of the same thing. Like you learn one skill and then you add to that and you add another skill and you add another skill. So it's like a building block thing, and you could like see it in your head. Like I've gotten a lot down.
Yeah, that's why I love it, even for like for my personal life, because it's prestige.
Yeah.
It's like growth.
Yeah.
Like, I literally can start from
It's
white
like a
belt
physical growth.
and grow to black belt. Like,
Yeah.
It may take me 10 years, but it's like you can see that process. That's awesome. You can see yourself grow. You can see yourself develop into this athlete or practitioner or whatever you want to call it. That's the best. Man.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling ever.
Yeah,
It's like Call of Duty freaking prestige mode. You get to the ultimate level 100 or 50, whatever it is. And it's like, that's why you play, Feeling a little too high?
This is a little too high.
It's more comfortable.
Better?
Yeah.
You good, bro?
I'm good. Just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. So I want to do jujitsu just to like focus, just to be able to like
We'll get you in there,
hyper
dude.
focus.
That's what
Get
we get
you
you
in
to
there,
focus
dude.
is doing jujitsu.
Yeah. I just need something to like release my anger.
You know what, man? For me, I just like being around guys like you guys,
For sure.
to get me going.
This
Straight
is
up.
exciting. Yeah.
Well, no, seriously though, man. Like, I feel like for me personally, being around guys like you that are like motivational and you're always trying to go forward, that's all I need. Like, I'll get my anger out some other way, whether I gotta go sit down and read a book or, I don't know, go drive and scream at people. Like, I don't know. But like for me personally, like just having
Turn on your blinkers.
yeah, having
Second time. Would you look at that?
I was actually doing Lyft in the city, and this guy with my back seat was like, "You're actually using your blinkers. You're not an asshole driver." I'm like, "I guess not, dude."
Wow. I always use my blinkers. I
Oh,
just
nice.
laugh when people don't.
I
It's
got
like,
pulled over for not using my blinker with Uber.
Really?
Yeah.
With Uber? As
yeah.
an Uber driver?
As an Uber driver, I was driving through
Whoa.
Washington and I turned off, and fucking at 2:30 at night when I made $180, he gave me an $185 ticket.
What a dick.
Wow.
I was like,
That
what
is
the
shit.
fuck? Yeah.
I would have got out of the car, man.
Oh my gosh, I was for not putting on my blinker.
Just take me to jail. Just take me to jail. That would have been just.
No, that would have cost more.
Probably. Yeah, it's true.
It's so frustrating.
Kid,
That's
Sorry.
crazy.
No,
Motivational.
no,
People
no.
are super motivational.
All I was going with that was that it's just good to be surrounded by people like you guys, and I feel like other people should do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Be less worried about other
It does
shit.
feel good being around good people.
Yeah.
Like you're just kind of like the jujitsu thing. Like you're just,
Yeah.
it's like motivating you to like keep going and like keep moving forward.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you have
You need
people
that.
around you that are at certain levels. There's a sense of like healthy competition going on, where you're just like, man, I want to be like that. What the
Yeah.
fuck, But it's just like I feel like you guys. I feel like I wanna be on all of your levels, and we're all like
In, like,
growing
a different
together.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
we all have different skills, and it's cool. I love to be around people like that who have like different value, and then willing to bring it together.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They're not willing to like share their value. They're just like keeping it to themselves and like You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the type of person that wants to just share everything I know. Like, I want to let you know what I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Using the leverage of others is so good.
Yeah.
You know
but
what
I feel
mean?
like that's what we all have
we're
in common.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have in common the fact, like, we want to surround ourselves with people to just have, like, create more value.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why we're here, bro.
Yeah, I mean, more people need to get onto that. They'll
I
be
think
far ahead.
Yeah. We're doing it with Young Entrepreneurs Network, kind of, in a
Yeah,
sense.
100%. You're slowly seeing more and more people go in there, you know what I mean, to open themselves up to new things. But it's crazy. We actually talked about in class today that a lot of people in my generation, I think, are we in the same generation?
Yeah.
We are.
Kind
Millennials.
of.
Yeah. I think it's like 22
Yeah, it's up to
to
30.
20, something like that, are closed off because of previous like relationships that got burned. You know what I mean? People started to become so closed off to
Yeah.
just humans in general that, you know what I mean? They're not really having those conversations. They're not going to these networking events. They're not talking to that person they need to talk to. They're just enclosed with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's preached a lot. Yeah, I mean, in general, that's a good topic. Actually, I struggle with this sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm just better in general as a person when I'm around other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why. I always think of this on the other side of the spectrum. Like, am I not happy with myself? Like, am I not cool just being with myself? But I can't say that necessarily.
I just think that's a normal. No, I think that's normal.
It's
I
just
think
a
that's
type of person, right?
No, I think it's everybody. I think people are. They feel good to relax by themselves, but most people are. They don't like it when they're not around people for a long time. Like, being isolated is not good.
Yeah.
For a human in general, I think.
Yeah. But not like you consider like a long term. Like, what is that to you? 1 day, 2 days?
Well, I have fucking kids and a dog, and like my wife. Like, I don't have time by myself, or I'm at work and I'm dealing with people. So I really don't have a second where I'm by myself unless I'm taking a shit. So that's nice.
Those are always good moments.
But it's just like
shits?
it's just the contrast of our our lives.
Yeah.
But if I remember being single sometimes, just always being by yourself, and every once in a while you're just like sitting there like, man, this sucks. You just like think negatively. Yeah, I think people need to be around people.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, every now and then I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, I always want to go do stuff.
Do you ever question your sanity? Like, am I sane?
Yeah, dude, all the time.
Is what I'm doing okay?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
You kidding me, man?
That's a good question.
Yeah, straight
This
up.
happens on a daily, man.
But no, when you question your sanity, like, do you ever like stand in public and you're like, do I look normal?
Yeah, all the time.
Am I normal? Like, what is this person? I mean, I really don't care what people think, but I just wondered, like, what is this person? How is he perceiving me right
I
now?
always wonder that.
I've never really thought about that. No.
I always wonder that. I
Well,
always
I've
wonder
never-
Well, how
what
about this?
people
Next
see.
time you walk into Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Order your drink, get your drink, turn around, and just look all around Starbucks and look for people that are just looking around. They're thinking the same thing you're thinking.
That's so funny. There's like
I'm
a different
serious.
type of people. Like, you would not. I can't even see you thinking that way in a sense. Like, honestly, you don't even think that way, do you?
I don't even like hesitate to like. It doesn't even cross my mind of what other people are thinking. Not in like I don't care. I just I have other things on my mind, and I'm like happy and I'm good, and I'm like
never. Not in your whole life. Have you ever felt
definitely
that
in
way?
high school. Definitely in high school for sure. I was like bullied in high school. Yeah, absolutely.
I was bullied my first 2 years.
Because you seem just comfortable with that, Like,
I
it's
grew
just, like,
into
seems
it.
like your personality and like what David's saying. Like, I can totally relate to that. So
I was mine was extreme. So I went from being homeschooled and being felt super weird, almost like didn't say anything about myself because I just felt weird of who I was, and going from completely homeschooled, completely isolated, to then going to school, and just normal people just going to school is like you feel weird and you don't know if you're normal or not, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I went from like super weird to regular school. And like I had to just fucking figure it out and like grow out of it.
Yeah.
Like I really, really honed down. Just like when Joe Rogan, if you look at Joe Rogan's first podcast, he's not that great at like a conversationalist, and he grew the skill of being a conversationalist.
Absolutely.
Like I trained my skills of peopleship and like not letting that weird voice in your head saying that weird stuff. I just like I guess I shut it out. I don't know what happened.
You disconnected it. You're like,
not
it's
needed. Just not there.
You know,
like it's really not there at all.
Yeah.
Like I feel weird vibes sometimes when you feel like they're judgy. You can tell, you can feel it.
But you
like
just
I feel
block
it.
that out.
I don't know. It just like kind of is like, oh, they're being weird, and then like I'm thinking about the other thing I was thinking about,
Oh, yeah.
and like it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really
I feel that.
just processing it right now.
Because I really don't care what people think, but I'm gonna go back to an example of I told you guys the bar story about that guy that was like, let's talk politics or whatever, blah 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 blah.
No, you didn't.
I didn't tell you that story.
No.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure I
you
told
told
you
me that. Yeah, I think
I'll fill you in since you don't know the story, right? So I'm working, and there's this drunk ass dude in my bar. He's a regular, and he was in the military or something, right?
Okay.
So he's really intoxicated at the bar, and he stops me and he's like, "Hey, let's have a conversation." I was like, "Okay, let's have." I'm always down for a good conversation, you know. He's like, "Let's talk politics." I'm like, "Fuck me."
He just like jumped at it like that.
Like, yeah, and I was like, "Not like I'm good, you know. I don't want to talk politics." He's like, "I promise I won't get mad." I'm like, "Okay, you won't get mad. Like, let's have a good conversation." You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know why I trusted this guy. So he's like, "What's your opinion on gun control?" Right? So I tell him, like, don't think we should take them away. I just think we should have stricter laws. Schools should have the metal detectors and shit like that. That's all I said, I thought I was pretty good about it.
Sure.
Both sides, He fucking got so mad at me.
Immediately.
Like, immediately was like, I can't believe this. Blah, 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 whatever, you know what I mean?
You should have assumed he was a military guy, so he was pro guns.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Then
Wasn't that same guy that I was talking to that one night, was it?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was cool, so.
And then he's like, he asked me if I was in college or whatever. And I was like, yeah, like I'm in college. And he started
millennial.
He started going off me with that. He's like, my taxes go towards that. And do you even know what the fuck you're doing in college? And do you even know what you're like?
What does his taxes go towards?
Dude, he said his taxes go towards my college or whatever. And
What?
he started just going off on me. But then he proceeded to start judging me. Like, I didn't realize he was judging me until like the last minute. He's just like, you were handed a silver spoon and this and that, and like your parents paid for everything. And I'm
How
like,
old is this guy?
dude, he's got to be in like his 30s, 40s.
Okay.
And he's just super wasted, and he's just like screaming at me, right? And like, I usually don't care, like I said, but people think, but I got really upset. So I just straight up, like, I just got firm with him. I was like, dude, you don't know me. I told him who the fuck I was and what my life is or whatever. And he's just like, he looked at me, grabbed his beer, which is a can of Miller Lite, and he just chugged it, and then shook my hand and said respect and walked out. And then 1 week later, he moved to Arizona.
Wow.
Real life story, dude.
So back up, so after he yelled at you, you started to like be like, I grew up in this and like I did this shit and like,
I was like, I came from a single parent. She doesn't pay for anything. My college, none of that. I pay for all of it. I pay for my own car. Like, I just start throwing, like, I'm like throwing these shits at him, dude.
As you're working.
As I'm trying to like do dishes and clean big bar glasses, you know what I mean? This dude's trying to like go off on me, and I'm like, how do we go from politics to this?
That's fucking crazy.
That sounds like just a typical drunk encounter with a drunk asshole.
Well, here's my thing, dude, and I let this be known. I respect anyone that served in the military. Respect. I would never do it because of my beliefs, but I respect it. But with that being said, I'm also not going to sit here and fucking bow down just because what you like. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not. Because if we're going to be honest, I get what you went through was terrible, but when you signed that contract, you knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew it. You fucking knew it. Yeah. It's like almost feeling bad for football players when they get hurt. Yeah, it sucks, but guess what? When they signed that contract, they knew what they were getting into.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You knew.
Or women having kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you knew what you were getting into. Don't complain to me about your shit.
Well, no. See, that's a fine line though. It's like, did you wrap it up?
Stuff right there,
did you
man.
wrap it up and you still got her pregnant, or were you went in, free willy?
Not my problem, though.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
That's a terrible way to think.
God damn, Jake.
It's a terrible way
I
to
was a
think.
young kid. I didn't know anything.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Can't do it.
Next
No,
question.
man.
Next question.
All
Sound like Alex Jones right there, dude. Oh my god.
Next question. Hey. No, there's aliens flying around everywhere. They're killing all the babies.
They're killing. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
That's
God.
stinks.
Jamie, pull it up. Pull up the YouTube video. I'll prove it to you right now. No, listen.
I want you to choke me. I want you to choke me out. Fucking Alex. I don't know what his obsession with being choked is. What is that?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, he wants
That's interesting.
Eddie Bravo to choke him out.
I know.
He's got a real big neck. He probably has like an extra like a clit in the back of his neck that if you just touch it a little bit,
he'll go off.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's an alien.
It's probably really hard to
Maybe,
choke.
you know what? How about this? Fucking, let me flip the fucking switch real quick.
Yeah.
All right? Alex Jones an alien. How about that?
He probably is.
Who stated that? What if he's a fucking alien? He's here causing all this chaos because because he's trying to. There's a bigger plan or something.
Distracting us.
What
Straight
if,
up.
Yeah. What if? Yeah. No. What
He's
if
making
he
a
just
whole
like?
other story.
No. What if he's like he was like a shitty alien up there, and they're like, fucking kick this guy out of here.
Yeah, right.
And they kicked him down here. And he's like a frustrated alien, but nobody understands him, and he's like trying to tell us all this shit, and he's just like, you guys don't understand. Fucking get it.
I synced it.
God, I saw this shit. You don't know. Like,
Damn.
and
That's
just like
such
locked
a good
in this
theory, dude.
Yeah, and he's just locked in this skin, and he can't get out.
Reminds me
He
of,
has
like,
no
Men in Black.
superpowers.
Men in Black is a good one. You watch all 3 of them?
Yeah, I think so.
all
I just don't
three.
remember all
Just 3 of them. Third one came out a couple years ago.
Do you guys ever watch movies that you like don't really remember?
Fun with Dick and Jane with Jim Carrey and that one blonde chick. I can't remember her name.
Where they like robbed the bank?
Yeah.
I
That was
remember
one
that
of my favorite movies growing up. Like when I was little, like middle school, I think that was my shit.
Yeah.
Fun with Dick and Jane was a funny.
But you remember
movie.
it still?
A little bit,
Oh.
but there's just like parts I don't. I'm always gonna remember Finding Nemo. I remember Finding Nemo when that first came out. That was
I
my
watched
jam.
that with my grandma in the theaters, and she
Really?
fell asleep, and I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6.
What? You could have just ran off and wreaked some havoc. Little Jakey, 5 and 6. Jeez. You could have lit that theater could have been on fire, man.
I really think I could be a good rapper if I tried hard.
What would be a rap name?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can you rap? Just do a rap
No, I
right
can't.
now.
I can't rap, but I really think that I'd be good at it if I could. If I learned the skill, I think I'd be really good at it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm way too white though.
Dude, it all starts with you just knowing lyrics to songs and rapping them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And writing a lot of shit down.
Yeah.
What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna look up a rap name. Jake the Snake.
That's the best one.
That's your go-to.
Yeah, Jake the Snake.
Likes to
And I
beat.
would start
the
every
best
rap
one.
the exact same way. Jake the Snake. I don't like to be fake. Oh, what? Well, I'm changing the beat now.
Oh, he's been rehearsing that. Did you hear that, dude?
Remix.
That's gonna be like Lil Wayne's what's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Weezy.
Yeah.
Weezy Baby.
Yeah. And then Travis Scott has all those weird sounds, you know?
Does he?
Yeah.
Makes me think of Migos. Migos does a lot of weird sounds.
Yeah, they do like weird sounds. So it's like he goes, yeah, boy, and like these weird
Yeah,
stuff
boy.
in between his song, and all of my weird sounds in between, like you hit the bar, and then it would go, yeah, boy, but mine would be, because I'm a snake, Jake the Snake.
Oh my God. That's a good one, dude. A little rattle on the back.
Yeah, and then every music video, there's always like a girl or something going,
With like a split tongue.
yeah.
I'm like trying to picture this in my head to see if I literally watch it.
That would sell today.
I
For
don't,
sure.
think, I don't think it would sell.
You don't think
Jake
so?
the Snake, I don't like to be fake, yeah, boy.
That would sell, dude. Come on, man.
With weird little dark glasses. Yeah, boy.
You know, maybe.
What do you guys think about rap these days, man?
Rap these days?
Yeah.
I don't
I'm really
listen to
liking
rap
J.
like
Cole.
that.
I'm really liking J. Cole.
Yeah, I'm into
I'm really liking
anything with meaning. Anything
Yeah.
that I can like relate
No, like
to.
I'm talking about like what the 18-year-old kids are listening
the
to.
mumble
right
rap
now.
stuff. I don't know. It's just not really my style.
Dude, I went to visit my family in Michigan, and my sisters were like playing music, and I'm just like, what are half of these songs?
Yeah, I was listening the other day, and I was like,
But it's-
what is this?
But if music is just for entertainment, so I mean, if people think it's entertaining, it's entertaining.
I guess.
So
yeah.
what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it, but I also don't like jazz.
True.
You know?
I love music, man. I love music solely because what it can do to people. But it's
Like
also
transform
scary.
you.
But it's also scary at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at rap today, you know what I mean? The things they talk about, things they rap about, it's going to influence people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You
it's
know?
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You can say that even about like super depressing alternative music that could cause people to kill themselves.
You know what really bothers me? Those people that like act depressed.
Like pretend to be.
Pretend to be depressed.
For
like
attention?
they just throw it around. Like they just use it whenever they want to use it because something bad happened in their life. Like, do you
Yeah.
even know what depression really is? Like that's my question. I think you and I talked about this the other day, like off air or something. This
Did we?
conversation came up somewhere. We're talking about. Oh no, it was me and the other Matt Moralgia.
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Like people just throw the word depressed around.
A lot
Like,
of
I'm
people do.
depressed. Like,
I'm glad that there's more awareness about it and like more people are talking about it, obviously, because then it could be addressed to people who really need it. But then it opens up the door to people like that who are
Abusing
like,
it?
Yeah, that don't really like they're not depressed. They're just like you said, using it as a cop out for everything.
yeah, man. And it even made me question because there was like a year where I thought I was depressed, but it was just because of a relationship. the whole time.
Like you were just normal bummed out.
But I was just
Wasn't
bummed. I made myself think that I was depressed. Therefore, I became
Talked
depressed.
yourself into
I
it,
talked
yeah.
myself into a trap.
Yeah.
And I realize that now, and I'm like, what the hell was wrong with me?
That's crazy.
Why was I so caught up at the time on this one person?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
And then you were fixated after it. You were fixated on being depressed. You thought you were depressed.
Yeah, I was stuck on it. I was like, I'm depressed.
You like brought it. You spoke
Yeah,
it to
dude.
life. That's interesting.
It's like I made it happen myself.
I think that is depression though. Like that's exactly what that is.
No, because there's people that just are like
Debilitated.
Yeah, but then they just say
people
at
that
the
are
end of the
depressed take medication for it, right? Because they're short on something, iron, calcium. They're short on something that their body needs. Therefore,
Yes.
they feel that depression feeling. They become depressed because they don't
It's
have
a
enough
chemical
nutrients
imbalance,
and
yeah.
chemical imbalance. That's what it is. People that just say they're depressed is because they went through like a hard time. Like I get losing your job is terrible. Going through a breakup is terrible. A divorce is terrible. Going to jail is terrible. Like all those things are terrible things, right? It's like temporary depression. It's like self-induced depression.
It's situational depression. Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
But it still can change your physiology. I mean, even that. Like you just spoke that into fruition and said that you're depressed, and then it happened.
Well, I convinced myself.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Could actually turn it. That thought of you saying I'm depressed can actually turn into depression.
Literally what happened.
Even if you have no triggers, even if you're not even, there's no reason to be depressed. You can literally just think it.
I never had that issue previously like that. Like maybe a little bit, but not much. You know what I mean?
The mind can just make you do anything.
It took control.
What's crazy, this is a crazy story, shows how powerful the mind is, right? So I'm in jiu-jitsu practice, right? And in jiu-jitsu, every now and then you get rear naked choked or guillotined, right? And typically these are blood chokes. So they're supposed to cut off your carotid arteries. So it's not supposed to hurt or damage your body. It's supposed to just block those arteries so that you fall asleep. There's no blood going to your brain, essentially. Most of the time, though, when you're cranking this on somebody, you typically end up crushing their trachea because they're moving their, your forearm, they're moving their neck around. So as you're going for this remission, you can do some nasty damage to the trachea. And so when you get that crushed every now and then, it feels like you have strep throat. Like it's the worst feeling ever. Like if you've ever got your back taken, you'll never want to get your back taken again and someone try to choke you because it's horrible. But my body will literally trick myself into being sick because of that feeling. Like it feels so similar to having strep throat or having like a throat infection or something like that my body will actually get sick whenever that happens.
Weird.
Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy?
That's
like my body
weird.
will physically like get more tired, groggy. I'll have to start taking like Tylenol just to like get through the day. And I'm not sick. Like I don't have a temperature, I don't have a fever. Like I'm not sick, but it's in my head. Like it's instilled in just from sensation, The same thing applies to like speaking something. Like if I say something and I'm like in that moment actually saying it with meaning, it can happen.
Yeah.
Like, easily. Your body will literally start to adjust to that thought process. Essentially.
Have you heard that story where they're like they're on the street, they're doing this study, and they're on the street and they're saying, as somebody's walking by, they say, "Excuse me, can you hold my coffee?" And they like look down and tie their shoe or something, and they grab their coffee and walk away. And then 5 minutes, or I think they said 20 minutes later, they took that person and said, "Hey, we'll give you $20 if you just read this little 3-paragraph thing and tell us how you thought of the main character." Everyone that was given a hot coffee, like 99.9 of them said the person was warm and caring. If they gave them a cold coffee, like an iced coffee, and did that, they would say they were cold and uncaring.
What?
The exact same story.
Just because of feeling.
Just because they gave them that.
That's crazy.
And they've done like thousands of these studies. It's not like one study they just like figured it out. Like there's like thousands of them that do that. Like your brain is super weird.
It's powerful.
It's very powerful.
It's almost like our brain has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It does.
Like a mind of a mind.
Well, you have the frontal cortex and what's the other one?
Yeah.
I mean, we also have a third eye.
Most of it's just fat.
A small pineal gland right here. Yeah.
It's mostly just fat too, though. So it's all these little compartments and pieces of your brain.
We
that
only
are all
use 10%
pushed
of it,
together
right?
by your fat.
Isn't it 10% we use?
Yeah,
of our brain?
something crazy like that. But your subconscious does more than your frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Your frontal lobe is just trying to please our ape brains. Like we want to have sex and we want to eat. We want to eat like sugar and all that stuff. Like your front brain is just trying to please that all the time.
We're kind of like robots. It's all electronics.
Isn't that
pretty much.
weird?
What
We
if
are.
what if someone's just like sitting at home in a different universe and they're controlling us right
That's
now?
what
I
honestly,
really,
that's
I like
huge.
really,
Yeah.
I really think.
As crazy as that sounds, like I just said, we're robots practically. Like our brains are run off electricity. That's why when you die, or your heart, anything. That's why when you die, they have to use the fucking things to like get you back to life.
Redo
Dude, we
electricity.
produce energy.
Yeah.
We are energy.
Yeah, it's
itself.
static. That's why we shock
And we're
ourselves.
just having like tiny little lightning bolts like all in your brain, just like
Yeah.
constantly going. That's
someone
weird.
probably
Interesting
plugged
to
us
think
in or
about.
something, you know, or
Yeah.
we're wirelessly, you know, activated or something, you know, like Wi-Fi
we are.
today. I don't think that's far fetched, man. Like robots, like we're the modern day robot essentially,
Yeah.
like the future of robots.
We're the futuristic robots.
Because we're like controlled by something,
yeah.
by electricity. Like literally, there's electricity running through our blood and through our bodies right now.
Have you heard this Elon Musk theory?
That's a real theory.
Elon Musk believes it.
No way.
He believes that we're in
See,
an
that's-
alternate.
Dude, I didn't.
So
I've never heard this before.
Here's his argument. He says, so have you ever heard this guy talk? And
Yeah, I listened to the whole Joe Rogan podcast.
yeah, it's just fucking like insanely smart.
Yeah.
Like I really believe that he's with like Einstein and you know all those guys. Like I really do. Like he's
Absolutely.
insanely genius.
Yeah.
He said, if you look at the technology, the growth of technology, from you know just Pong, regular Pong, like 2 dots and you know all that stuff, to now, and how fast it's grown, inevitably, sooner or later, we will have reality indistinguishable from virtual reality or artificial reality. So he says sooner or later it will happen. So the likelihood of this already happening and we're just creating a game and doing it again kind of is, he says it's like I don't know, like 1 trillion to 1.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a freaky theory, dude.
Yeah, he says it's already real. Like we're just in a game. We're
That's
just playing a virtual reality game.
like I said, as far fetched as that is, man, I can see it. 100%.
It's not that crazy. It's really not.
No, you just gotta look outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I feel like to most though that would be crazy. Like most people.
But
like,
sooner
a
or
lot
later
of
we
people are
will
like us.
do that. Like we will go into virtual reality and we won't know the difference in our
Maybe
lifetime.
we already have.
In our lifetime. No, but I mean like you will have VR glasses.
Yeah. And you're stuck in it. Like
And
you're never getting out of that.
Or you're just doing it and then when we go to sleep then you start your life. But like sooner or later in our lifetime we will put on VR glasses or whatever it is and it will be indistinguishable from us if we couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So
That's
Elon Musk
fucking weird,
believes that
man.
we're in a virtual reality.
Well, he is the smartest man around. I think he is beyond this world. That's for sure. Something's weird.
He's something
about
crazy.
him.
That
Yeah.
interview
He's
was
one of
nuts.
the like the elite alien or elite
Aliens.
robots.
Yeah.
He's an alien.
Yeah, I think we're all robots. I seriously believe in that theory now.
You do?
Yeah, I honestly think we're all freaking wirelessly active robots.
Mhm.
Something in another universe is controlling us through the cloud.
Here's what could happen. Aliens could be planting. So they like, just like we plant a plant, like they're planting humans on this planet to
Yeah.
cultivate energy. And then once they get to a certain
Ooh.
level, then they come back and they take the energy.
Yeah, I could see
Because
that.
that's all.
But at the same time, though, we're so destructive. We're like almost burning energy.
So
Not so much
exactly.
producing
So you're
it.
just like producing a bunch of seeds in all these places, and this one doesn't work because they're too destructive. This one doesn't work,
I
but you didn't know. Like you have the signals and stuff that they produced enough energy, and then you can just go back there and harness that energy.
You have it there. Jake, Matt, myself, David. You have a good night. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Strike podcast.
See ya.